This is Travel Bang.
Ah yeah, it's time to travel and bang, baby.
I am the one and only Marky Bravo the Mulatto. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Here to talk about the dark arts of seduction and the nuance of game. Apologies, I've been gone, been MIA for a bit, but you know, as I always say, sometimes you gotta fade behind the curtain into the shadows and handle your business. I'm back, but before we get into the main topic of discussion, I want to give a main shout out to my sponsor, AO Nutrition, also known as Anabolic Outlaws, the #1 sports and nutrition company in North America right now. Gentlemen, we always talk about the certain type of woman that we're attracted to, and I think we all worldwide, globally as men, are looking for women who are fit, fun, friendly, submissive, cooperative, and ready to go. But that's what you want. What are you bringing to the table in exchange for that, gentlemen? Gentlemen, we talked about the trifecta. You got to make sure your money is right, or you're pursuing to make your money right. You got to, your personality, refine your charisma, your character traits, you understand? All that is vital, but do you look good naked? I ask again, do you look good naked? You want a woman to look bomb diggy, bombshell with her clothes off? Then you better also try to complete that trifecta of being all the man you can be. Being in shape is the best way. You don't have to be super muscular, but being fit with lean muscle traits would be ideal for most women. How do you get there if you fell off the bandwagon, or if you just need an extra push to get you to the next level? Well, eating clean, working out, hydration, but to take it to another level, go ahead and amp out your testosterone and your naturally made human growth hormone. But please check in with your doctors to make sure that you're healthy enough to take them, because they are potent. Okay, check out their products at aonutrition.shop. That's aonutrition.shop. Use the code TRAVELBANG10 and get a discount with every order. So let's get into it. Oh yeah. So getting into different questions I received through my email. As I always said, I'm very open to answering questions. I'll leave the email below, email address that you can hit me up. One of the main questions that I was being asked was, what do I think is the main key component to physical, i.e. sexual, lustful, passionate lovemaking? I think one of the most intimate key components to intimacy between a man and a woman is actually kissing. It's so intimate, in fact, that you'll find in most professions, such prostitution, that they will not even allow the paying, client, the John, to kiss them. Do you understand? He can do all the other things, but they will not engage in the act of French kissing with the John. So that just shows you how intimate kissing is. From the act of sticking your tongue into hers and she's sticking her tongue into your mouth, kind of like as a symbiotic exchange, you know what I mean? They also say that the tongues, once again talking about pheromone chemical release, when you're turned on and you're French kissing, that there's a pheromone chemical release from your tongue as well as from hers. So it's an exchange of sex hormones. This is why you ever French kiss somebody, and you notice you're getting aroused, they're getting aroused, and it's just strange, because at both parties, you and her are just getting super excited. I think foreplay is the most underestimated part of basically acknowledgement of good sex. If you want some hot, passionate, just multi-orgasmic episodes with your partner, for a beautiful woman that you're really into, then just focus in on the foreplay. You know, a lot of my the men that I coach, a lot of my clients complain of premature ejaculation. And when I go into a deep talks with them about their mating ritual, if you will, they all seem to have the same expression of rushing into the act of sex. And then when I tell all my clients, all my male clients, to focus in on the foreplay, the kissing, let it stretch a duration of 30 minutes. Don't even time it, but it should be a long process. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be rushed right into the penetration. And every man who slowly glides into it usually tells me the feeling of overexcitement, of wanting to climax too fast, goes away. So that's why it's very important, I would say, to every man and woman, if you want to focus in on foreplay, and it usually makes the sex hotter, more passionate, more wet, more just explosive. Okay? One of the main key components is hygiene. Hygiene, I think, is the number one thing that turns me on about a woman, if her hygiene is good. Dental hygiene, meaning her mouth. Nothing's worse than a partner who doesn't take care of their mouth and has gingivitis, and you can just smell it. It sounds like a rotting sulfur permeating the air from the person's mouth as they talk. Okay? Everybody wants that passionate, highly XXX kiss, right? Everybody wants that. But then they're not coming to the table doing their part by coming to the table with good hygiene. You know, I love to, as I French kiss a woman, suck on her lips, her top lip, her lower lip. I like to, in the act of even telling her, I want to suck your tongue. I love that. And just engulfing my mouth, sucking, you know, getting her saliva just as much as I can. Just really getting engaged, deeply passionate, slow kissing. But you know what? I wouldn't want to do that with a woman who has bad mouth hygiene. That'd be gross. I was a date a few years ago that I went on. I met this woman on a dating app. She came from St. Pete. And we went on a date, and it was probably the alcohol that we were drinking that night that neutralized her breath. But let's just say the second time I met her up, you know what I mean? I think this was virus, post-COVID thing time, and her mask even, when I picked it up, she left it in my car. I took a whiff of her mask, and it was just really sulfur, disgusting smell. And then I broke it off after when I met her up again, and I noticed, oh, she really has a bad breath problem. And she claimed up and down during the date that she had the best dentist in town that she was seeing. And yeah, I'm pretty sure she was seeing the dentist, but it wasn't for her teeth. It was maybe for something else. But yes, I would say to men and women, please, if you want to take your sexual intimacy to the next level, make sure your dental, your mouth is clean. There, like I said, there is some things that Listerine can't kill. If you have gingivitis, you will have to go into the dentist and get that taken care of. Teeth cleaning should be every 6 months. Once every 6 months, the latest, to get a teeth cleaning. If you're not doing it, jump on it. It's never too late. You can already tell people who are scared of the dentist because they're usually the ones who never go and their breath smells like crap. You know what I mean? It's also, look, the teeth are the pearls of your mouth. They don't have to be the whitest. They don't have to be perfect. But when you go in for that kiss, when she goes in for that kiss, you know what I mean? She wants to enjoy. She wants to enjoy sucking on your lips and sucking on your tongue, gentlemen. Okay, so make sure the mouth hygiene is correct. It is right. Hygiene, once again, I want to relate this to adult XXX cinema. When you go to these sites, if you haven't been to one of these sites, and maybe it's been a long time, I implore you to do it. Download the, I won't even go there. Download an app though, and just start watching some of it. And you'll notice that what they don't really show you in the adult cinema is the reality, because I have friends in the adult entertainment industry. They flush. A lot of the women are doing enemas in the back door region and everything. They flush out. So when they're engaging in sexual intercourse, and that's why when you see the man indulge, go into her back door, in and out, and then pull out, and everything looks all fine and dandy and clean, right? The reality is a lot more uglier than that. It is not like film. I already said, adult cinema, Pornhub.com and all these sites, this is a fantasy factory. Reality is grimy, it's gritty, it's just way different than what we see in film, okay? You ever heard of the saying, I want to eat the booty like groceries? If that passed you, then you're just not keeping up with the urban world. Eat the booty like groceries is a fetish that has been embraced a lot in the hip-hop urban world, street culture community, of wanting to French kiss a person's back door. You understand what I'm getting at? Spread their cheeks and French kissing their back door. Okay, this has been embraced as a fetish. It's very real. People are into it. But I think more than ever, it's just being said in songs. You know what I mean? Because it sounds cool. I think when people come to the reality of eating the booty like groceries, they're grossed out. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, okay, if you want to get into that you want the woman to take a shower before you engage in that. Because the reality is, if you go all day, you and her probably have went to the toilet. You probably went number 2. You know what I mean? Most people have bowel movements several times a day, or at least once a day. So when we talk about this type of fetish, just understand in reality, it's not something that you'd want to do off the cuff, because yeah, there might be toilet paper particles back there, fecal matter, all sorts of grimy, nasty shit that you're going to get in your mouth, okay? So I want to talk about that reality of fantasy, what you see in adult cinema in reality. And there's nothing wrong with these fetishes. But once again, we're talking about hygiene. So if you engage in these fetishes, I know what you're going to ask. You're going to say, you engage in that fetish? It's none of your business. Not going to get into it. Not this video. Check out some other ones though. But if you do get into it, I would recommend to meet your partner up on an agreement of showering first, and then eat the booty like groceries, and then she can eat the booty like groceries. You understand? And it's very important we keep our hygiene right. Okay, it's what separates us from the savages. Nobody wants to go downtown. We're talking about hygiene and being clean. That's why I tell, hey, take a shower in the morning, take a shower in the evening. I know, hey, I take a shower whenever I can take a shower, and I scrub it, rub a dub, and I scrub. Okay, and you got to also. And it's very imperative that you make sure you're clean. Okay, there's a lot of women downstairs that smell like fish. You ever heard that saying, oh, it smells like tuna? I'll tell you what that is. It's vaginitis. Vaginitis is a bacterial infection, and it's not going to get rid of by using Vagisil cream. Most women have it, are too embarrassed to admit it, and don't go to the gynecologist and get rid of it. You have to get a medication to usually expel the vaginitis. So that's why a lot of men will engage with women who are very active with different men. And yes, women who are very active, it's not a STD, but if a woman is very active in that department, she can get vaginitis. That's why a lot of women who are very active, they have that fishy smell. I remember years ago, there was this woman I was dating. I really liked her. I was really super into her. And I remember one day she came by the apartment. I remember I was working Kuwait at the time, and I swear I had a faint little smell of it. She was really avoiding going to the bedroom with me that evening. I didn't know why, and then I realized that smell, you know what I mean? And she kind of left, and I think the hardest thing to do as a man is to explain that to a woman, that hey, you have this and you need to get treated. You need to get rid of this. This is not a bad thing. This is something that could be getting rid of. So gentlemen, if you're with a woman you run into, don't fail to tell them that it's vaginitis and they need to get some medicated cream or medication to get rid of it from the gynecologist. This is 2023 and beyond. There is no reason why women should be walking around smelling like Captain D's seafood dumpster trash. You know what I mean? There's no reason for that. Just like, gentlemen, there's no reason if a woman goes down on you and your elephant trunk smells like dry old urine. There's no reason for that. But there's a lot of nasty dudes out there that I know a lot of women are smiling, laughing because they know it's damn true. Gentlemen, you do your part and find a woman who does her part. You handle your hygiene. She handles her hygiene. Okay? And, you know, we don't attract that which we want. We attract at the end that which we are. We try to find somebody we're highly, deeply physical attracted to, but at the same time knowing, hey, that's going to pass. Look at Keanu Reeves, one of the richest Hollywood stars in history. Did you see the woman he's with? And everybody's saying mean things about the woman he's with, not being a super young, super hot, sexy girl. Well, he isn't Dan Blazarian, people. Keanu Reeves is with someone who turns him on. He's really into her. And I think he had an article recently that just said that he's had some of the happiest moments having pillow talk with her at night in bed. You know what I mean? It's a deep, heartfelt thing to say. And going back to tell everyone before I wrap this up, find someone you're attracted to. Don't get with somebody who just looks good in pictures because you want to impress people on social media when they see photos of you. I did that a lot too. And you know what, at the end, who cares? Find somebody you're really into. I know a lot of women that I'm into. If you were to see photos of them, you'd be shocked. You'd be like, ugh, you're into her? Yep. I'm into women you would least expect me to be attracted to. I'm into what I'm into, and I don't care what other people care. And remember, you shouldn't care what other people think about you and what you're into. You do you. You do you. And do what turns you on. This has been another Travel and Bang. Stay tuned for more episodes. Asombroso!